Well, just briefly on this Sheryl Crow record that comes in at number 5 on my fantasy playlist, September 26, 1996. Boy, we're closing in fast on number 1. Sheryl Crow, If It Makes You Happy. It's one of her big hits back in the 90s. Her heyday between 1994 to about 1999, although she did have some hit records in the 2000s, 2002. I can't remember the song that she did that was really fantastic, but she did one in 2005, 2006, 2007 called Love is Free, which is kind of a soulful record. Almost kind of remind me of Stone Soul Picnic by the Fifth Dimension back in '68. Just the song just had that vibe to it. Sheryl Crow was immensely talented. She had her first album was just absolutely just it was a bombshell. I remember her first video, Leaving Las Vegas, when it was filmed in black and white. She was singing out in the desert. I mean, it was a combination of just sheer sex appeal, cerebral lyrics, I guess cerebral lyrics, and just talent, just right there. Just the entire package. Just fantastic record, Leaving Las Vegas. And then All I Want to Do came right on the heels of that, went to number one of the most brilliant records I've ever heard, one of the most genius. It's a genius song. A lot of her songs after that were a little bit more mainstream. It's hard to follow up on a debut album. A massive selling debut album. It's hard to follow it up. That's what this song is about. This song, If It Makes You Happy, is a person who is just depressed and upset no matter what. And Sheryl Crow was looking at her feelings, dealing with her feelings, and the aftermath of such a hugely successful debut album on the one hand, and you got to feel good about that. But that's a double edged sword because if you're hugely successful on your debut album, guess what else happens? The record company and the media, all the pundits are like saying, okay, what do you have to follow that up? You got to come up with something even better or something just as great. God, how do you deal with pressure like that? Michael Jackson faced the very same thing when trying to come up with a follow up to Thriller. He came out with Bad, and the pressure was there. Do another Thriller. Well, you can't, and that's what Sheryl Crow was facing. And If It Makes You Happy, dealt with her feelings, just all these mixed feelings about what was going down with the success of her first album and the pressure that was emanating from her record company. Um, what else do I need to say? Oh, it started out as a country song. Makes sense. And today I can see with country getting more rock, I can see this being a country song today if it was put out today in 2016. 20 years ago, though, it started out as a country song, but then she remade it into a rock song so that it would get more exposure, which was a wise thing to do. It was heavily played on MTV. Another song that I really like by Sheryl Crow, she did one called Home, I believe. It featured all I can't remember what it was, the big tractor trailer trucks or something like that, the mud contest or whatever it was in the video. And there was also A Change Would Do You Good. That was a brilliant song with a great beat to it that came out around 1997, 98, something like that. Well, anyway, that's all I got to say about this record. So let's bring this video to an end at number 5 on my fantasy playlist, October 26, 1996. It is Sheryl Crow, If It Makes You Happy.